Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. I'm Kelsey. That's Rachel. We're here to talk about Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Probably.
Yeah, so not too long ago, there was like, oh, hey, these guys are talking to people and with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they're going to make it happen. Maybe step aside Deontay Wilder, get this fight in Saudi Arabia. We can have it done by the end of the year. First undisputed heavyweight champion of boxing would be since Lennox Lewis defeated Evander Holyfield a long time ago, 20 years ago.
But then that kind of died down, right? They were like, well, it just talks, and then it ended up like okay, didn't hear anything. And then today, there's a report out there.
Massive news. It took 3 people to write this Sky News?
Sky Sports?
Sky Sports report. It took 3 people to write this report.
And then Tyson Fury talked about it on his own Instagram, that they have apparently, him and Anthony Joshua have come to terms with parts of the negotiations for this, what has been termed the biggest fight in British boxing
history, in British boxing history, and arguably the biggest. I would say that this, if it did happen, let's say it happens first of all, and we'll get to why it might not admit, it would be the biggest boxing match in heavyweight boxing history since, I would argue, Mike Tyson fought Lennox Lewis, but really probably when Lennox Lewis fought Evander Holyfield, because by the time Lennox Lewis fought Mike Tyson had lost fights. He was an underdog. He wasn't going to win that fight. Mm-hmm. But when Holyfield and Lewis fought, both of these guys were seemingly in the prime of their powers, right? It was a legitimate pick'em fight between 2 all-time greats. Could get the same thing here. I'm excited about it. But here's the problem, Rachel. It also might not happen.
You actually wrote a piece that shared this news, right, on Heavy. I'll link to that in the show notes.
Actually, it took 2 of us. But anyway, whatever.
I'll link to that in the show notes. And you shared an important piece of information, which was somebody out there said, okay, here's what has to happen. Either both these guys shell out step-aside money for mandatories, people have rematch clauses, this kind of stuff, or combined, they're going to have to defeat 4 other heavyweights in order for the 2 of them to fight. So let's talk about that.
Person that kind of put all that together in an easy tweet with Keith Idek from Boxing Scene, excellent boxing writer. But it's true. It's like a little complicated domino situation because Tyson Fury, he still has to rematch Deontay Wilder if that's what Wilder wants. That is apparently what Wilder wants, so that fight has to happen. He's also got a mandatory fight out there against Dillian Whyte. That fight needed to happen. Then you got AJ's fights, right? What happened to his mandatory against Kubrat Pulev? That fight it supposedly needs to happen.
And then the last guy was Usyk.
Yeah, Alexander Usyk also has a former undisputed cruiserweight champion, moved to heavyweight. Wants that fight, I think deserves that fight according to one of the alphabet belts. So he's in the line too. So how do all these things have to happen before? But all these have to happen before
they can meet. And let's just say that those are not like easy fights. They're not fights you shouldn't look past any fight in boxing. But definitely, like, not in the heavyweight division. And then definitely, all of these guys are tough fights. Because, like, especially when I saw, like, Usyk's name, I was like, oh, like, I'm really, like, supporting a Usyk, like, go. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, I really want to see Joshua Fury fight.
So let's talk about kind of what we talked about. Why is this news? Well, it's news because they're 2 competing sides, and they have agreed to the toughest part of agreements like this, which is how we're going to split up the money, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. That is news. But Rachel, why isn't it news? Why isn't it probably news?
Well, because there's a lot that has to happen between now and this actually happening.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that when you're a fan of boxing, that it's news. You're like, oh, but we all know, this could never come to fruition.
Might not ever happen. Yeah. Who
so
knows? I definitely want to see it.
Yeah.
To me, the most intriguing fight in boxing.
And I think that is important news to put out there because I think it's important. I want Joshua's camp, Fury's camp. I want these people to know, hey, the fans really, really want this.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to put my 2 cents in there. I really, really want this. So I really hope that it happens.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it happen. They said, it sounded like Eddie Hearn at least believes that it could happen next summer.
Yeah, he said next summer.
Fine,
I find that really intriguing. I will also say this. sometimes mandatories and stuff, they can be kind of.
They can be
We
bought
can
off.
do those later.
You can buy those people off.
That happens a lot in boxing. The big one is Deontay Wilder. That's not like a go away thing, and it's not
He probably
a little bit amount of step aside money.
I think it would be wise for Wilder to consider that, but I don't think he's gonna. I think that he thinks that all he's got to land is one punch, and man, if you had that superpower, you might think that too. People should use their power, whether it's a superpower, a smaller power, or no power at all, to like, comment, and subscribe to Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. We're here to talk to you, our best fight friends. We're your best fight friends, and we love to watch people fight. And we like to talk about it.